Hey everybody, this is Tasha with Prep For It. Tonight, Mouse Toes, her hubby got a scratch on his eye, and so he can't do his job tonight. So they do the same job, they just switch nights. So she's doing his job tonight because he don't need to be driving with depth perception off because he's got a patch over it. And then Backwoods and Prepping was supposed to be on here with us, and he unfortunately he had some family stuff. Him and his wife needed to spend some time together, so perfectly understandable. Family comes first, which it's going to be fine because I think Gil and I got this covered, no problem. So hey, hey Trish, hey Aussie Mom, hey Jeff. Let's see, and then Gil and Gray Man are the one and the same. They're up here, or he's up here. And Bushcraft Family is in the background. Trish will be in and out. She's going to be listening, but she's canning chicken. Yay! So, anyway, and Aussie Mom, I hope you got your pen and paper. Y'all, I hope you got your pen and paper because I've got about 50 books here. I don't know if I'll get through all of them, but just kind of show you and kind of read what the chapters are on it, and then you can make your own determination if you want these or not. Hey, Sandra. So there's a lot of, and this may be something I may have to continue like another night or something because there's just so many. But my first section is on just general preparedness, disaster preparedness, books that are like cover a lot of subjects on that issue. And my first one is called The Prepper's Blueprint by Tess Pennington. See that? And this is the first edition. This thing, you can see how thick it is. It has a lot in here. It covers a lot of stuff, and she gives some really great information. I'm not saying it's all inclusive, but it gives some excellent tips. It has stuff on she does it by layers. So like layer 1 is immediate needs, like starting with a plan, 2 weeks of food and water, tools, emergency medical supply, emergency communication, pet preparedness, 72-hour bags, evacuation, home security, emergency sanitation. Hope y'all are hearing me okay and I'm not lagging. Emergency medical supply list 2, dental preparedness list 1, short-term food supply list 2, financial preparedness, and that's layer 1. And she just keeps going on then more of short-term preparedness, like after you get those immediate needs taken care of, then short-term preparedness. She goes into spiritual preparedness, mental preparedness, emergency medical supply list 3. So like she does, starts with the smaller stuff and works her way up. Hey moms, hey Gardner Josh. So she works her way up in looking more toward the long-term goal as she builds and builds on her stuff. So she goes into bartering, looking for proper, if you're going to buy a homestead, what to look for, even what to look for in the dirt. She does an excellent job. Things that you can ask the people you're buying from, and so this is one of my number 1 recommendations right here. I think it's excellent. Do you have a book you want to talk about, Gil? I have several more, but
probably. I mean, things. I got a variety of books here that are important. Some are more, some are aimed in one direction, some are aimed in another direction.
Right.
For general preparedness, if I was to pick one of my books here that I have up here, I still have a bookcase just full, still down in California, that my wife and sons are going through. But I would have to say probably it's going to be a tie between 2 of them. And the one I've had probably the longest. Oh, let me kill the green screen because as you can see it disappears in the green screen. So green screen none. Okay, and that is the CERT Field Operation Guide, also called a FOG. You can get this on Amazon. This is right in the rain. It is loaded with all sorts of information. What I really love is start going through the index and stuff. And the first thing is your CERT, Community Emergency Response Team checklist. That's the first page after it. But the most important one is the next one. This is your
Cloudy water, clear water.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That one thing that everybody's always asking about, how much bleach do I put in water to sanitize it? There it is. Both clear water out of the tap and cloudy water out of the creek or whatever else. And it goes through everything. Some of the stuff I've done, I've done videos on the triage, flow chart, firefighting, utility shutoff, cribbing, personal safety, just disaster operations. It's you want to be able to prepare, have your house prepared. You get this, you read it, you study it, and when something happens, you have it out where you can grab it, like hanging on the fridge or whatever all the time. If you need to refresh your memory, and boom, you're right there with it. My number 2 one, or tied with for first friend, less crowd.
Yes.
I mean, everybody knows Survivor Man, or at least they should know Survivor Man off of TV. And if you saw, like he does in the TV, when he makes a mistake, he admits it. He writes his mistakes down in here constantly. And this is what I boo-booed. This is what I should have done. And
that's a real man right there. Because you're not trying to pretend like you're perfect and you've got it all together and you don't ever make mistakes, because we're all going to make them. Uncle Al's coming in too.
Yeah. Hi, folks.
Okay, what's going on here? Is my background going there? No, it's going black. I don't know why it's going black. I don't know.
It's not showing black on here. It's showing still green.
Green. All right. What does it show now?
Still green.
Still green?
Well, now you're frozen.
Yeah, there finally came in. Now I brought my team in to help out.
There you go. Hey, Lazarus Homestead.
Hi, everybody. I don't have my phone was charging, so I can't read anybody in the chat. But I can't answer. Say hello to everybody. But you guys were asking me about my bookshelf.
Awesome.
Okay.
He's like me. He's got bookshelves.
I got bookshelves of stuff that goes all the way down.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a lot of books.
Yeah.
And I cover every kind of weird subject you can imagine, from ancient armor to book writing like Gil does. And then, I do a lot of cooking. Because people always skip this part. And me and Gil, we had a discussion on, let's see.
Yeah, I have some cooking books I'm going to show in a little bit. Just some ideas.
Right. Dutch oven cooking.
Yeah, he had a Dutch oven cooking one too.
I got that book. Awesome. I got that book from Al. Al sent it to me a year and a half ago.
Yep.
At Christmas time.
And it's hard to find one too, because Dutch oven books are not really printed a lot.
Yeah.
And like I said, Dutch oven books ain't printed that a lot, because nobody goes outside, builds a fire, and puts out. Gil knows how heavy those things are on a tripod.
I got the big ones too.
Yeah. You get a hernia.
Okay, another one of my favorite books is, it's okay. It covers a lot of stuff in a small book, and it doesn't really go into epic detail, but for somebody who's just getting started, the Complete Guide to Disaster Preparedness, it's an all right book by Scott Hunt. It's from the Practical Preppers.
Yep.
This is one of my all-time faves, the Complete SAS Survival Manual, of course. This one, it goes into wild edibles. It goes into making feet coverings, impromptu feet coverings, and things like that. It's a great one.
Yeah.
If Dave was in here, he'd be pushing the Army manual.
Right.
survival manual.
Folks, I'm a little shadowed out because I'm
Like
in the
this?
bunker. Yeah.
Yes, this is another one.
Yeah, but it's
This,
dated from 1976. I had the same book.
yeah, it's older, but it's still got some great information.
Right. It's like when I got my survival kit, I'm like, what's this? It's 2 bandages, a fish hook, and a whatchamacallit, old time. Oh, I have that one too.
Yeah, back to basics.
Yep.
Is a
Everybody
great.
who's a prepper has to have. I have the new copy.
Yeah, I have the old one, but heck, it works.
Oh, yeah.
It's packed full of information. It has a lot of color photos in here. Like, look how beautiful the illustrations are in here.
Yep.
I mean, it's great. I mean, it gives how to weave, netting, and all kinds of stuff in here. It is a great one.
Yeah, if you do homesteading, folks, I do recommend that book, Reader's Digest Back to Basics.
Yeah. Another one, this one again is more for beginning preppers. It's Basic Preparedness.
I have that copy. Remember, my
Yeah,
library is big. I have to go down and dig through it. Like,
oh, I know, I did too. A how-to guide for preparedness and self-reliant living. This is the revived edition from 1995. I get most of my books from thriftbooks.com. So, yeah, there you go.
like I said,
So again, basic preparedness.
I tell everybody you got to get this one because it's a companion book to basic prepping.
Oh, really? There you go.
Yeah, because I seen people can't cook no matter what.
How to stay alive in the woods. This is a good one.
Yeah, and I forgot to show this last week on Jill. Was it Gray Man's Prepping? We were talking about.
Yeah, it was on the Gray Man Prepping channel a week ago yesterday.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Knots.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. The Self-Reliant Homestead. This is a good one by Charles A. Sanders. Charles A. Sanders. They had it covered up. But it goes into a lot on the growing fruits and vegetables and fencing and haying and all kinds of stuff. So this one, the Self-Reliant Homestead's a great one on the homesteading side of things. This one is a pretty neat one, even though it's a small one. The Beginner's Guide to Family Preparedness. Again, more for beginner prepping, but it can get you started.
I have that one, but I'm not going all the way down to dig it out.
Oh, no need to. Then Survival Mom by Lisa Bedford.
Yep.
It's more of surviving like common disasters. You know, how to deal with it as a mom, as a family. So, and again, it's more for like beginning preppers.
Yeah. Hi, Cecilia. I have this one from Outdoors Life.
And this one's pretty good too for beginner preppers. It's the Modern Day Pioneer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. But here's two of my big ones. The Encyclopedia of Country Living. This thing is massive. It's a great one. And it's packed. I mean, look at the tiny print on this. It is just jam-packed with information. That's how tiny a print is.
Actually,
The
it used to be 3
Encyclopedia of
books.
Country Living.
Right. It used to be 3 books, but it's went into 1 because I have the 3 books. I'm not going to lift it. It's too heavy.
And this one's good too. The Ultimate Guide to Self-Reliant Living by Jay Castle.
Right.
And again, it is jam-packed. And this is, you know, mainly like homesteading.
Well, same like I said, most of my books are still in California. However, I got if you want to share, click on the down below there so we can share this screen I have. Tasha.
Sorry. My brain.
Yeah, Okay.
There we go.
Here's something that every prepper and homesteader should have. The Reader Digest Complete Do-It-Yourself Manual. My mom had that back when I was 9. That's how I learned to do electricity, plumbing, wood, doors and everything else. There's that one there is great. It's a hardcover. It's a elongated book, so it's you open it. It's really good. That one's fantastic. Its companion one is the new Fix It Yourself manual, how to do home repairs. That the other one's basically it teaches you how to build a home. Basically, this is home repairs. But here's probably the best and oldest survival manual out there. It's been updated every year, or just about every year, since 1911. Wrong one. No, here it is. The Boy Scout Handbook.
Yes.
The Boy Scout Handbook and its companion books are the Guide to Survival, the Wilderness First Aid, and what I have that. I don't have the other, but yeah, you got that one. See, here's the original Boy Scout Handbook, 1911. You can still get it. It's
That's
right
cool.
now. It's 99 cents on your Kindle.
Right. And if you
That's
go
awesome.
one more down below, you got the Scout's Guide to Wild Edibles. I do recommend that to people because you don't see a dead scout stuffing poisonous stuff in their mouth.
No.
Yeah.
No. So, I mean, it's like, the scouts have over the last century have been compiling the best stuff and testing it out all the time.
Right.
So, yeah. So your
Definitely.
scouting books are the way to go for a lot of stuff. The handbook, comes spiral bound now, so it doesn't break apart because the scouts, using it so much, you're breaking it apart. It's spiral bound, and it is absolutely fabulous. And it has everything in there from basic first aid to wilderness survival to pioneering, lashings, knot tying, life saving, for water life savings. It's all in there.
That's awesome.
Those are probably the ones you can get now. A lot of these are listed as paperback, but it's not showing it here. But if I look elsewhere, I'll find it. You can get it, and I have it on my Kindles, the electronic version of it, of all these books. Now, what's neat is if you're like me, I have 3 Kindles myself. My wife has a Kindle. My 2 boys have Kindles. So there's 6 Kindles right there. When I buy one, I send it to all of them. It only costs me the one purchase price, but it goes to all of them because they're on the family plan. So we have 6 copies amongst the family. So if something happens to one of the Kindles, we got 5 other Kindles, and one of my Kindles is in an EMP bag. So when I order something, I take it out, make sure it's charged up, turn it on, so it receives it, turn it off, put it back in the bag.
I got to answer the Bushcraft family. No, it's not the Boy Scouts anymore because they had to change it to Scouts because now we have women Scouts. Yeah.
And because basically they finally went to do what they're doing in other countries. Japan has had girls in their scouting program for 50 years.
Yes.
And in England the same thing, in Germany the same thing. But when they set it up here in America, the guy that set it up, Daniel Baird, set up Boy Scouts and he set up Girl Scouts. And he was more interested in Boy Scouts, but he set them up almost identical, but just so they weren't together. And the Girl Scouts went in a different direction. And I had a lot of girls that were trying to join my Boy Scout troop just before they did it. And but Boy Scouts has had what's called ventures for anyone that is 14 years old through their 21st birthday, and that's co-ed. And the venturing has been co-ed since 64.
64, 65.
Yeah, because my dad was back then it was called Explorers,
Right.
not Adventuring, and my dad was an Explorer advisor back then.
Right. Okay. Another weird book I always tell people, they have books on grocery stores. They have Asian, Pakistani, Spanish, you name it. And I tell people, get one of these books and try to figure out what you're buying. Because I have one couple of preppers who says, "What's Nido?" And I keep telling it, it's a vitamin enriched milk in the third world, especially Latin America. They use it to supplement their dietary needs. And everybody says, "Oh, that's smart." And I said, "Yeah, it's only $15 if you buy the cans I show. It's anywhere from $7 to $8 here, but overseas it's like $15 because we're manufacturing. It's a Nestle product, and the nice thing about Nido is just like milk, except it's enriched."
I love the Nido. I love it. I think it's really good. Compared to other powdered milks and things, shelf-stable milks, I mean, it's the best. I love it. The last on the basic wilderness survival type stuff is Wilderness Survival Second Edition by Gregory Davenport.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's an excellent one. And Primitive Outdoor Skills by Richard Jameson.
Right. That's in, I think it's fifth printing because I have the original someplace in this pile.
Yeah. Again, it's not all inclusive. This is a, like, for beginning preppers. But it has some great information in here, like a youth emergency backpack kit, how to get your family involved, like a ready for an emergency game, like to try to kind of run them through drills, so to speak, communicating with your skills, just all kinds of stuff. So it has even grocery lists and stuff like that in there. So this is a great family emergency preparedness made easy is what it's called. Emergency Preparedness Made Easy.
Right. Me and Tasha has the same books. I just can't find it. I got so much.
That's ought to be a clue there to everybody. That if now a lot of them have the same book. That's something to look at. Okay, that one there.
And then some different ones are things like alternate energy, living off the grid.
I got that one. We think the same.
Biological and chemical terrorism.
Got
like
that one too.
Here for that. This is an old book, but it's still excellent. Raising Small Livestock. Home Distilling.
I don't have the new. I don't have that new copy right there. I have the old version.
U.S. Army Guide to Booby Traps.
I got rid of mine because it was out of date. That was dated from the 80s.
Yeah.
They have a newer version.
They do.
Sorry, folks.
Okay, now let's move on to some medical books. This one is more advanced. Like, you really need to have medical terminology and things like that down to really get this. Emergency War Surgery.
Oh, wait.
A Patient Assessment Handbook. This one is by Brady, so it's a pretty good one. I have a better one for patient assessment, though. Something like a Red Cross guide to first aid, a family guide to first aid and emergency preparedness. You know, you might have something like that in with your kit.
Do you got the Merrick's Manual?
The what?
Merrick's Manual. I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it through this big pile of books. I have one for veterans.
It might be in this pile. I was trying to rush to grab my stuff.
Right.
Because I ended up having the granddaughter over.
Well, we have the same problem. I got so many books. I got books on top of books.
Yeah. Anatomy and Physiology for Dummies.
Oh.
Because you kind of got to know all that first. Yeah.
You want to go ahead and pop up the share screen down below? I got another more there. Okay, these are some of the books I've got on my Kindle. The Prepper's Long-Term Survival Guide. The Prepper's
I've got
Pantry.
that book somewhere around here.
Yeah, Prepper's Pantry. I'm going to skip over here to the side. The Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine. Bushcraft. There's 5 books in the series of Bushcraft 101.
Yes.
5 different ones there. And the Prepper's Natural Medicine. Now, getting into the medical ones. Doc Bones and Nurse Amy's big book. And you got it there, I believe.
Yeah, got that one.
Okay. Now, this is the one that has the white cross on it. Is
right.
The updated version.
That should be 3, right?
This is number 3. This is the updated version. But let me hit this tab here. These are their other books.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one here is the small version, and I have that one on my Kindle. I don't have the Bulleye one yet. This is the older. This is number 2 version. This is number 3, and it's in paperback only. They haven't gotten it onto a Kindle version yet. The infectious diseases and antibiotics and infectious diseases. This is the one that when they've been on mine and Dave's live streams 4 or 5 times now. This is the one they talk about the fish mocks, and which fish mocks is actually human grade.
Right.
So that's
because not all of them are. A lot of people misunderstand that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next one here is, I got it right here. Alton's Pandemic Preparedness Guide. And I was lucky. They sent this to me. One of the first ones they had, first batch they got, they signed. They sent me one, sent Dave one, and they sent a bunch of those that had us on their live streams. They sent them all a copy. And so these are a lot of the books that, out there. Doc Bones and Nurse Amy have been preppers for 20, 30 years now.
Yeah.
And the reason they started writing the Ultimate Handbook and stuff because they wanted to put a medically trained person in each prepper group. And this is written down so that anyone can pick it up and start reading it and understand it and not be going, what the heck's he talking about? What the heck is blah, 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 blah. It's like medicine for dummies. But then they have a lot of good stuff on their in their books. And they're expecting to sometime, I believe they said at the end of the year, compile a bunch of their blogs into a book.
Yep.
So, all the stuff they've been blogging out, all the situations, Stop the Bleed, all the other stuff.
Right.
They're going to hopefully be compiling this winter, taking time out and compile it so in the spring it'll be ready for print.
That's awesome. That'd be great.
Yeah, but like I say, if you're lucky, Kindle, paperback, and I believe this last one, the pandemic one, is actually in Kindle version now too. It's just that it doesn't always show up as being Kindle.
Right. And a lot of these emergency books like this, if you go in and check, they have free ones monthly that they'll do. And so a lot of mine that I have on my Kindle, I like physical books. The information just clicks better with me. But also having it on your Kindle, because you can't necessarily afford to just go out and buy all these books at one time. And
if you got to bug out, who wants to pack 300 pounds of books?
Right.
No, you're not going to be able to. You're going to pick your favorites and you're going to move on. Another great one is the Special Operations Forces Medical Handbook.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great one.
Oh, if you get the little kit they always sell with it, the NATO Emergency Surgery Kit, it goes well with that book.
Oh, yeah. And I have this one, the same as what he was talking about, the Survival Medicine Handbook by Dr. Bones and Nurse Amy.
Turn that one sideways. Turn that one sideways so they can see how thick it is.
Right.
It is not a little one. It is. This is
No,
a this is third
it's jam
edition.
packed. It's
Yes.
jam packed. It is really great.
That's why I'm not getting mine. I'm not going to get a hernia.
One I would recommend to everybody. This is actually a 3-piece set. It's the Jarvis Physical and Examination and Health Assessment book.
Right.
It's excellent. It has a companion workbook, lab manual, and then it also has a small physical examination and health assessment book, sort of like cheat sheets, sort of. So like if you're just starting to do the physical examinations and stuff, that can be very helpful.
Dave's here.
Oh, Dave's here.
Yeah, Dave's in the side chat.
Hi, Dave.
Oh, hey, SOP. Then Where There Is No Dentist is an absolute must. Where There Is No Dentist, and also Where There Is No Doctor. Absolute must.
Also, folks, if you can get, and I can't find it in my book collection, is the Veterinarian's Merrick's Manual. I have a copy. My brother has a copy. His son has a copy. My niece has a copy, because we're all farm people. And if you don't have the Merrick's Veterinarian Manual, this is not for dogs and cats. This is for livestock: chicken, geese, rabbits, cows, goats, pigs, you name it.
How do you spell that?
Merrick, MERECK, Merrick's Manual Vet.
Merrick's Vet.
I'll have to go back through when we're done and see what ones y'all recommended that I don't have that I need to get.
Well, you live in Oklahoma. You got to have the Merrick's Manual. What happens if your cow gets sick?
Yeah. Well, my husband has been dealing with that stuff for all his life, and he actually worked with professionals who came in on one of the ranches that he worked on, and came in and he knows lots of stuff. First,
hey Al, is that thing I've got a blue cover on it?
I think so. That's the newest one.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Let me run it back here and see if it comes up. And okay. And
Tasha has the first responder.
This is a great one. It's the textbook and the companion workbook. These are, I got my sets of the Jarvis, and these are like brand new, and I got them. They're hundreds of dollars normally if you buy them for your classes and stuff, and I got them on Thrift Books. I think the pair was like $30.
Right. Tasha, is that one for EMT or for firemen? Because there's two separate ones, I think.
These are like for EMT.
Okay. There's another one for the fire department, because I remember it has a different cover, because some EMTs work in the fire department and they have a whole different book on that, because they also have to rescue the people before they treat them. The house is on fire. Drag them out. It does
have some of that in here, but yeah. And I have other medical books. I would say a medical terminology book. If you're going to get into the more in-depth books, like we're talking about the war surgery or the special ops forces medical handbook, you'll want medical terminology if you haven't already taken it and don't know. But that's mainly, those are my favorites right there that I talk about for the medical.
Right. Gil, what about the Merrick's Manual?
I got it ready for her to share as soon as she clicks it.
Yep. Got it.
All right. This is again on Amazon. This is updated from the other book that Al has. This is updated.
It was last updated 2021 August.
That's a rent due date. That's if you want to rent it. You can rent these, but it was updated 2016. The other one was updated 2005. So here's the 2016 update, and it is
It
It
ain't
says,
cheap.
$20 to $60 depending on who you're getting it for. This is $20 for Prime. I guess you can get other versions around, but yeah. So that's on Prime right now. It's 20. Oh, I see. It's on a big 68% discount right now. So they're probably getting ready to come out with an updated version.
Right.
So yeah.
But like I said, it covers all the animals if you're homesteading, including parakeets, I think. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, they got parakeets on the cover there. They got looks like the big lizard. But they got chickens, lizard, goats, cows, horses, pigs, cats.
I think it was iguanas because they used to have like a iguana ranch or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's not blowing up bigger when I click on it. Usually it'll blow up bigger on Amazon. They don't have that. So yeah, so that's it right there. So hey, right now,
the Merck Veterinary Manual. The Merck Veterinary Manual.
Right,
and it's 68% off right now.
Wow,
good price, folks.
Yeah, $20.82, and Prime shipping if you have Prime. Yeah. So if you order it now, it says free delivery by Friday.
Because a lot of people are homesteading and they have no idea what happens if your animal gets sick. I told them, do you know how to take care of sick animals? No, dig a hole.
All right, I'm going to add that to cart. That's just too good to pass up.
All right.
Just added it to the cart there, guys.
Right. So, also, they have a human Merck's manual, which is in a red cover, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one I always recommend if you're going like overseas and stuff, because sometimes it translates better overseas than you could use the ones you get in America. Because when you go overseas, everything's a little bit different. And you have to be careful because there's certain customs like, we will cut off your head, you stinking infidel. Wait, I'm a missionary. Even worse, chasing you with torches.
No, that's why you have a copy of the Quran in your. I've already been converted.
Yeah, and a prayer rug. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hey, Drops.
One of the things is I've already discussed before, but you bringing up the animals. I've talked before in my recent live streams about essential oils pocket reference manuals or desk manuals, and there's one for animals too for essential oils. So an essential oils for animals or something like that. I can't remember what the term is. I don't have it, but I do need to get it because some essential oils are toxic to animals and some are beneficial, and some are toxic to certain animals but not others, and some are beneficial to certain animals but not others and toxic to them. So you want to
some of them are beneficial for them but toxic to us. So we have to be careful. And hi, Kaylin. Kaylin snuck in.
Yeah, Kaylin's here. Duncan, 1900. Brenda at Duncan 1900 Homestead's here.
Yes. But just a couple on the essential oils. The quick reference guide for using essential oils. This is a good one if you're not looking for a specific company. And Young Living, even though it is Young Living, you can still apply it to other companies' products. The essential oils pocket reference, just get the 6th edition or before, so it actually mentions the conditions that can be treated with certain oils. And then the chemistry of essential oils made simple by David Stewart is an excellent one. And then switching over, Mushrooming Without Fear. So that's a good book. And then the other mushrooming book, which Johnny Harper Scouts Table sicked me onto this book, is the Audubon Society Field Guide to North American Mushrooms. And I mean, it is excellent photos, excellent descriptions. So if you have to worry about copycat mushrooms, this is a great book. Reptiles and Amphibians, the Audubon Society for it, the National Audubon Society for Reptiles and Amphibians. I still haven't gotten to the food preservation books yet. or
the canning, the dehydrating.
Yep, or the home remedies.
Or how to do jerky, or meat storage with salt. I got a couple of those on Kindle, different ones for processing meats. With you just using salt and prepping.
Yeah, I got that one, but it's
the Prepper's Cookbook.
Right, it's underneath 40 boxes.
Yeah, but it's great for helping to learn to cook from your preps. Quick cooking from the top of the stove. This is just an older cookbook. I mean, it's older, as you can tell, and but it's got some great recipes in there and some things that people probably don't cook anymore.
Right.
So I thought that was good.
It's retitled. It was. Is that one from the 70s or 60s?
Let me look. It was 75 cents at the time. By Marion Flexner. And where is the date?
They reprinted that one again for quick cooking, and it came out, I think, in 90.
This one's 1951.
Okay, yeah, because I have the newer version for that one. This I sent to, I knit and crochet, and I sent this to Anthony Palmetto Prepared last year. It came back in the mail because they wrote down, cannot find a person at this address, return to sender. And it took them like, let's see, today's June, and I sent it out in November, and I just got it today.
And
the nice thing about
which means some guys just stashed it in the post office in the back with a bunch of stuff he didn't want to deliver, and they go, "Oh, we better send all these back. Say we can't find it."
Right. Why I tell people on baby clothes, when you knit, you can unravel the thing because it's basically knots. You can unravel it as the kid grows, make it into a bigger and bigger and bigger. It's an old knitting trick we learned. Once they grow out of this size, untangle the yarn and make them a new one.
Yeah. Reuse. Yep. This cookbook is shaker recipes and formulas for cooks. So it's got a lot of old recipes in it. Some of, when technology wasn't as abundant, and Amish and Mennonite recipes.
Right. Except I can't remember on that book. It's not true. The Mennonites are all right, but the Amish part is kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something else. We were talking about about a book out there called The Amish Cookbook, and I think it was Mouse Toes that commented on it, saying that she's not Amish, and the recipes are not Amish, but it's still a good book, but it's not Amish stuff.
Right.
But you see this is from the Mennonite Central Committee.
Right.
Yeah. So the Mennonites are more liberal about putting their stuff out there.
Yeah. And then this is just some recipes for cooking with wild game called Wild Bounty. Because a lot of people aren't used to cooking wild game, and a lot of it can be leaner, and maybe they're not used to the stronger flavors. So there's some tips in there about things that you can do to help with that.
Yep.
Then, get a plant book for your area. I have the ABCs of Oklahoma plants because that's where I live. Complete book of home herbal remedies.
I think everybody has that one.
The Doctor's Book of Home Remedies. This is the one that probably everybody has.
Yep.
Not that all of them are that great, but
yeah,
great tips. But
now I have this one.
What to do when there you go.
This covers everything. So
Edible wild plants, a North American field guide to over 200 natural foods. This is a
on that,
really good one.
it is, folks. But I tell a lot of people, please take the 7-week course class at your local agricultural extension college. A reason why is people get confused with lookalikes, and
Yeah.
they eat the wrong thing, and like, I've been pooing for 3 weeks and I can't
Yeah.
stop.
Hey,
don't-
milkmaid.
Hi, milkmate.
The complete medicinal herbal. It's what it's called. The complete medicinal herbal by Penelope Odie. Again, this is a great one. It even has on the back where it talks about for insomnia, bronchitis, migraines, flu, colic, eczema, gastritis, kidney stones, mastitis, osteoporosis, anxiety, impotence.
Oh, I need that note.
Now, another one is this one, and whatchamacallit? Fernando has his own channel on YouTube. It's called Modern Survivalist. Also, he has a Spanish version of this. And both comes in
survival skills.
Right.
Cool.
Because he has his own YouTube channel and also in Spanish too. He's trying to do French, but he's expanding.
Yes. French is going to make it kind of hard.
Yeah.
Hey, Patricia.
And this one is for all the bushcrafter out there. This one is the best one that I tell everybody.
Primitive.
From
Primitive wilderness.
There you go.
Primitive wilderness living and survival skills. Okay.
Mm-hmm. These are the two best guys. They did it in the 70s and 80s. And they're not kidding. They went out there and here's the grass set. They lived for 4 years before it burned down. That's the problem with grass sets.
Yeah.
Edible wild plants. The Encyclopedia of Medicinal Plants by Andrew Chevalier.
That's similar to the other one. I
froze.
Yeah,
that's similar one on Amazon for the just for the herbs and stuff. But
right.
He has written several books. Andrew's written several books there. So yeah.
Oh my goodness, books are heavy, y'all.
I know. I don't want to lift all my library. I got still bookshelves with more books.
This book that's called Stocking Up is great. It has lots of tips on getting your pantry stocked. 12 months harvest. It has talks about vegetables, pickling, fundamentals of gardening. 12 months harvest.
Right. I think that was written in the 70s and 80s. So always double check your pressure times and solutions because you don't want something to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't follow any guidelines on pressure canning from way back then, but the rest of the preservation techniques are really great. You can take the recipes and then just look up for what the proper processing time and pound of pressure that you need for your area. The self-sufficient homeowner. This is a great one. Fixing a lot of stuff and making your homestead self-sufficient.
Yep.
Mastering fermentation. This is a great book. This is not all-inclusive by any means, but Gardening for Dummies.
We got to send one to
started.
Farming for self-sufficiency.
Right.
Independence on a 5-acre farm.
Right. This is the Seymours. This is a reprint from Independence from 5 Acres. That goes from 1947. I think 47. Yeah, it's a reprint. Yeah. It's been reprinted a lot.
Hey, which means it's good.
Right. I got that one.
Root celery. Natural cold storage of fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
I'm going through these kind of quickly. Y'all probably have to go back and then pause it and write these down as you go so you can look up. Hey, there you go.
He's got it too.
What? There you go.
Well, I have one.
Great minds think alike.
I probably have one here that neither of you guys have.
What?
This is
I have that one.
You have that one? Okay. Yeah, wait, I sent that one to you, didn't I?
Right.
I think I have that one, but
yeah.
By Jerry Ahern. I started following Jerry Ahern. He has written both. He really used to write for Guns and Ammo and Survival Times and Survive Magazine and stuff. And he's also written at least 7 series of books.
Right.
The one is after he passed away, his wife and best friend have written from his notes have written 4 more books in that series up to like number 38 or 39.
Yep.
But I started reading those when I was in the police academy, so I've been following him since 1986.
True.
His stuff. He's great stuff. Now here's the funny part.
Oh, go ahead.
Here's the funny part. This from the book from back in '71 when he first started doing stuff. He said, "Stockpile toilet paper in case it will disappear, no matter what the event is." It's the first thing that disappears.
What do you think?
No, hey, because I know for a fact in '71, the first thing that disappeared off the shelves down in LA after the Selma earthquake was toilet paper.
Yeah.
The first thing, toilet paper gone. Why?
The Beginner's Guide to Dehydrating Foods. It is excellent. I like this book.
This one I know nobody has.
Cooking with the Sun. Nope, I don't have that one.
This one I got at UOP when they had the seminar in 79. I got leave to go there and check it out. This is Cooking with the Sun, and it's not a big printing of it because it shows you how to build and use solar cookers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Manual of Practical Homesteading. This is a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's an older book.
When you see like pioneers with oxen and whipping them, going, ha!
I think this is a signed copy.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's not. Maybe it was just they signed it as a gift.
This is the Green Book by Esther Dickey. She updated it. I showed it a couple times on my channel. Skills for Survival.
How families can prepare. Awesome.
Right. This is the new phrase of it. It used to be Passport for Survival. It was really big in the 60s and 70s with the Mormon. Esther Dickey. Is it Dickey? Yeah, Dickey.
Heck yeah. I'm almost done with this section.
You're like me. And we're almost done with this section.
We only have 12 more sections to go.
Woo. Giant Handbook of Food Preserving Basics by Elizabeth and Robert Williams. Like, you can look up the reviews on these, and you don't have to get all of these. Just pick some in the different categories. And of course, the Ball Book of Canning and Preserving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got to have that. And then this is from the Excalibur. It's an Excalibur preserving manual, but it's Preserve It Naturally.
Right. It's the dehydrator book.
Yeah. So for dehydrating food.
And okay, so I got another one here to share. This is what both Mouse Toes, Nina and Tammy were all saying. This is probably, if you're going to do any pressure canning or any home canning, this is the book. This is the Bible they've said to get. This is the newest version, just came out. Department of Agriculture, National Institute of Food and Agriculture, and they put this out. They update this every couple of years as they learn stuff because they're sort of like Underwriters Laboratory. They test everything they put in here to make sure the procedures are safe. And so you can get the paperback version for $10, the hardcover for 14, or the Kindle version for $3. But yeah, this is Mouse Toes and Tammy and Nina were all just going on and on about this. If you're going to get one book and only one book for canning, this is it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, let me drop that out. Boom, there we go.
I don't think anybody has this one.
Surviving the End of the World. That
Rough guide.
sounds.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, that doesn't look.
It's more
My
humor
very last one is natural insect and disease control, like for your gardening.
I think I have that one because
I need to read back in it because I need to.
Yeah,
a lot
because
of these I haven't read cover to cover, y'all. So don't think I have.
Because I told how to make a natural pesticide out of chive flowers. It stinks like hell, but it'll get rid of most of the bugs in the garden. I told Courtney about it. White Family Farms. You chop off the pink chive flowers, you put it in boiling water, and then you pour it into your sprayer once it cools. If it doesn't stink, it's not cooked. It has to be really boiling hot water, and you pour it into the chives, and it forms the chive flower releases an oil. The oil will stink up your plant, and no bug will go eat it. And if you want to spray the husband with it, no girl will ever come near him.
The Handbook of Military Symbols from the Department of Defense might be handy in certain situations. Okay, now this is my last one. I forgot my laptop was sitting on these.
Okay.
Home food systems. It's an older book, but so don't take the canning stuff. I mean, you can do the recipes. Just make sure you can, based on today's canning recommendations, not from back then. But
the nice thing about that one, it shows you how to use the grinders and food processors.
yes,
this is important for us. Because on the food processors, they don't change that much, or the grinders. And this is why I tell people you have to be careful with the grinding stones in the grinder. Because if you crack that or destroy the burrs, you can't grind anything. It's like no teeth.
Yeah. So that's all. I just had a couple of books to share. And of course, spiritually, if you're a spiritual person, you need to have your Bible or whatever spiritual book you have. You need to have that handy. You need to, prepare yourself spiritually just like you do emotionally and physically and everything else. And I mean, I know I probably missed a lot of categories here, but you get the gist. You need to write down your different categories and make sure you have at least one or two good books that cover a lot of basics for each of those categories. And that way you're at least on your way to getting there, Yeah.
Right.
I have a book for a Native American, on Native American stuff too, Native American survival skills. So,
right. You have to be careful when they say survival skills, because if they don't mention the tribe, they tend to mix up certain Indian tribes together.
Yeah.
Because I have one of those books. Okay, Straight Arrows, Manual of Indian Lord. This is one that's so outdated, and it's like the artwork's good, but everybody was yelling. I had a couple of real Indians yell at me saying this is baloney. It's the wrong tribe, the wrong horse. Nobody in the Eastern culture wear that.
And there's Hollywood. A lot of stuff in here I'm not too worried about learning how to make, like a headdress and things like that. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the actual.
I have one.
Like the shelter building, traps, things like that,
Right.
you know.
I
But
have
you
one.
can get most of this information in just a basic bushcraft survival skill books, you know.
Right. But they have one. If you look in the sociology section of the thrift store or thrift books, they do have real Indian lore books written by the tribe members of certain regions of the United States. And I got two, one from Apache and another one from Indians of Southern California, Ishi's tribe, before he got wiped out by tuberculosis and VD. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
All right.
Well, you guys have any other books that you'd like to bring up before we?
Unfortunately, I don't have any more books here. If I had my Kindle, I could. But when I try to show the Kindle up there, it washes it out, so it really.
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
show good.
yeah.
But
Right.
I got a bunch of others on my Kindles that are around and stuff. Now, this is just for entertainment's sake, though. There are
Right.
several authors that are write fiction and nonfiction, and when they write their nonfiction, when they write their fiction, they make sure all the facts in there are nonfiction facts.
Right.
So Jerry Ahern is one.
Right.
William Johnstone is another. I just lost it. I just lost it off the top of my head.
You said about a week ago. What's his name? This is what happens when you get old. You forget things, folks.
Well, the book series I'm following of his right now is Forgotten Forbidden America and the Dark Titan series.
Right.
Watson.
Yeah.
The last name's Watson. Shoot, I can't think of it. Give me a second here, and I will. Thomas A. Watson. That's it. Thomas A. Watson does write some, some really good ones and stuff. Some of his, I think, are a little slanted against the federal government in ways that it shouldn't be. It should be slanted against a certain political party, but that's my preference from my experience. But there are some authors I know, especially Jerry Ahern. He was fanatical about getting, when he talks about how the guys in their firearms were responding. It's because he wrote the reviews on those firearms, so he knows how they respond. So he had stuff like that in there on some of his, but good storylines for the most part on all of them.
Right. Like I said, folks, I have too many books. I
hear you. I'm surrounded by piles of books right now. I just they're everywhere. They're all
Well, see, if you take a pile of books and put it in front of you, it makes a bulletproof vest. No.
True. Depending on what caliber, but like I said, I go from cooking to farming to primitive farming, like using this, going back to the 1890s.
Yes. I have some
animal farming.
Books, I have some older books like the Mrs. Beaton's books on proper homemaking and stuff like that, and there's a lot of interesting stuff in there too. I find it interesting. It's more from I think the Victorian age.
Right.
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got too many books. I can't find them. I gotta sort this out. I have stuff from whatchamacallit, root cellaring, cooking with the sun, brain surgery. Let's see, exotic fuels for rocket engines. Can't read that one. Taking over small Latin American countries.
Okay, I'm at 7 o'clock here. I need to slip out because I promised my daughter I'd watch the 4 grandsons while she takes the mower and mows the lawn where they want to play at. So.
All right.
She let the grass get a little tall, so she's gonna go out and mow. So I'm just remind everybody.
Hopping on.
Yeah, books are knowledge, and knowledge is power. So,
amen.
Get your power. Stay happy. Stay safe. Stay prepared. Plant a garden. Grow something, even if it's in a 5-gallon bucket. A tomato 5-gallon. grow some.
Froze.
Yeah, froze. So see y'all later and have a good
Bye,
evening.
Gil. You too.
Like I said, my whole room, including my bed, is books. I have so
Yeah.
many books. It's like, I'm not kidding. I can't find my way through. I have to take a flashlight, go look through the racks
Bye, Caitlin.
and see stuff. But like I said, folks, uh, Tasha got hers through thrift books. You could find it at thrift store, bookstore, library sales.
Yep.
Common Sense with Elizabeth, who is suffering from a repeat of cancer. She gets library sales of different DVDs and books and
Yeah.
anything she needs, she'll get through there. It's like you put down a bid, and for $20, you got like over 100 books and DVDs. So you can't really beat that deal, folks. So make
No,
sure
you
you
can't.
check with your local library, because always they're trying to sell you. You write down what you're looking: homesteading, raising animals, cooking, and you give them $20, and we'll call you in a few weeks. Worst thing I ever did, because I gave them $200 one time, and I got over 500 books.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I like to read, and sometimes I resell on eBay because they didn't know the price. And on one book, I got $1,500 off of it. It's
Wow.
It's Surviving the H-Bomb by Pat Frank. Everybody looks at that. Go look at the list price now. It's like $3,000.
Wow.
By the time I sold it, it was like only 1,500. So,
Wow.
or 15,000. I can't remember. I keep moving decimal points all over the place. But like I said, folks, books and a nice library is a pleasant time. Doesn't take up power. Electricity. It's not on the internet. So if we have an EMP, comet strike, dinosaurs, you still got the book.
Yep. Physical books are my thing. But again, you can't carry them everywhere with you. So trying to pick your top ones would be kind of tough. But as you begin to study them, like on the last note here, as you start to read and you learn and you absorb the information, you won't need as many things to have to carry around. You're absorbing information constantly. Put the things to practice so that it'll click in your brain. A lot of people, they learn if they are doing, like Ghost says, a tactile learner. Definitely, if you're a tactile learner, and so like you're looking at an illustration or example of somebody building a shelter, and you have to get out there and actually do it before it clicks in your brain. I'm a lot that way. I can watch and stuff, but it doesn't like completely permanently set with me until I actually do it. So whatever your learning is, just realize you got to practice it so that you can keep the skills up.
Folks, this also gives you a good idea. When you get to that level where you're good at things, you can write an ebook and sell it on Amazon, and you don't have to worry. You just type it out, get the form draft. You only need 350 pages of written material. That's without the artwork and the drawings and photographs. Photographs and drawings help, but like my friend Malcolm Bowler, he has 7 books out, and half his income comes from those books.
Yeah.
Because I told him, do an ebook. If it sells well, do a print book. So he has 7 print books. 7.
There you go.
Okay, he has 7 print books, and he's making about he still works. He has a regular 9-to-5 job, but he also makes like $27 a year extra. That's nice, $27, and you don't have to work. You just say, yes, they read my book on Kindle. That's another dollar or 25 cents.
Yeah.
And you can find his book. It's Malcolm Bowler. When you go look on Amazon, he'll cover trapping, slingshotting, low budget thing. And it's not very hard to do when you do ebooks, folks.
Yeah. Well, y'all, Uncle Al, thank you so much for helping to co-host. I appreciate you and Gil very much for coming and helping. If you guys haven't subbed to Camp Fountain Family Compound or to Old Uncle Al, His channel name is DieBullfrog79. You need to go check them out. And also Mouse Toes. Check out her channel, Mouse Toes channel. She does a lot of food preservation and cooking with her preps, so you need to check her out. I thank y'all so much. You are all a blessing to me, and I appreciate y'all for coming by. If you're watching this after the fact, put down in the comments what some of your favorite preparedness books are, so I can be adding to my Preppers library, because I'm always doing that. Thank y'all so much for coming by. God bless. And remember, guys, to prep for it. Prep for it all. Bye.